Okay, Jazz, new haircut. First motion, right at the start, we get this knee bending. And we don't want that. We want that leg to stay relatively long. We want this foot to sweep in low. But you can see that it steps over, probably at this angle, you can't tell, but it's probably stepping over the opposite calf. So the first thing is, don't shorten this leg. Keep that leg long, swing it through longer. That is not a lot of movement off the ground. You have not been able to push much on this step because this leg moves forward too fast, and it doesn't give the leg on the ground a lot of time. So you haven't created a great line here. This is contact off the ground. You're still a little bit bent at the waist. You've got this shin too tight. You haven't moved much. You just haven't applied much force. You float it a little bit, but this is not moving you forward. This is forward movement, but this is floating, and this is wasted time in the air. So we need to drastically lower the angle that you're coming out. If you're coming out at this angle, we've got to create something more like that angle right there. This is way too high, and the only way you can travel anywhere is by floating to the next step instead of driving forward and then driving the foot back and moving yourself to another step forward quickly. Once you're off the ground, nothing is really working here to move you forward. It's all just air time at this point. We want to get this motion out there, and then we want to get down and get the next step going to get some more motion. There's contact. The position is good. It's under the hips, and you seem to have made it some distance, but most of that was just floating time, and it's going to be too slow when it comes to a real race. The second step is better. Notice that as you come through here, there's less bend in that knee. The foot comes through lower to the ground. And here's the line on this step. There's not a whole lot you can do. That's a decent step. You've got a great shin angle here. Let's see how much air time you get here. Fair amount. And mechanically, this point is okay. I really think the problem is air. Let's take a look at this from the beginning in slow motion. Now in fast motion, see if you feel like this is moving quickly. Or see if you're getting a lot of forward movement. Seems like he picks up a couple steps in. Here's the third step. Again, the swing is okay for that step. That's not a bad step at all. That foot gets down. That's a good angle. So you can see, I think after the third step, you start to do a little bit better. But we've got a lot of wasted motion here on the first and second steps.